Dime qué es lo que pasa. Bebé, vente pa' mi casa. Yo te espero sin nada. Dime qué es lo que pasa. Yo quiero desacatarme contigo, papi. Perder el control contigo, papi. Dime, yo te digo, papi. Ay, papi. Ay, papi.
Bow-legged and she bold too. Keep a low pro, you ain't got no clue. She drinks Cristal and she likes Nobu. But don't piss her off cause she'll fold you. Cause everything Rico, the whole crew solid. TALK.YOUR.ISH.JESS and Malay shoe shopping. Walk around blessed. We ain't gotta pop it, say it with your chest. Let's stick to the topic.
What's poppin'? New show dropping, tune in. Celebrity gossip and music. With two fly mommies, that's how you win. How to stop us on the net and exclusives. TALK.YOUR.ISH.JESS and Malayo. Two beauties addictive like yayo. So let's go, welcome to the best show. Boricua, Cubana, Latina, sin filtro.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Latinas Sin Filtros. I am talking is Jess.
And I am your random Cuban, Lisi.
We hope that you guys are doing well and that you've had an amazing and blessed week. Today is going to be a topic that I think a lot of people are not only going to agree with, but a lot of people might have a lot of shit to say on it. Um, and I think I definitely think that it's a big conversation starter, because unfortunately sometimes people in life think that just because we share the same blood, that means you're privileged, to do as you please and say as you please in our lives and that you can't get the fucking boot.
Especially in
So,
Spanish culture.
oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
that definitely is.
Definitely.
Moms think that they are forever entitled to be. I can't say like my mom. My mom's like an awesome mom.
Mhm.
But in general, like
Mhm.
Spanish culture, a lot of I know a lot of men that have like not even stayed with women because their parents are so involved, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how that
Yes.
works.
Yeah. Yeah. It is fucking true. I think I don't know about you, but for me, I think the biggest pet peeve, honestly, that really just like grinds my fucking gears is when someone literally tell when you're getting married and a family member comes and says, "Well, you know what they say, you marry one, you get us all." Bitch, no the fuck we don't. No the fuck
And
we don't.
it's so funny because some people think that, and then some people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's a weird thing. Like a lot of men are like, um, I'm not marrying your mom. I'm not marrying your dad. And
Mhm.
I get it. I get it. That's such
Yeah.
a big thing. And then when the kids come, that's even bigger. I don't know if you've seen this show, but this is like a perfect example of like tr- toxic, just awful. It's on, I believe it's on like TLC or something like that. And
Mhm.
it's about a Mexican family, and the mom the son moved out, he got married, blah blah blah. The mother is so involved, okay, to the point
Mhm.
where she causes such a web between her and her husband, her son, and the daughter-in-law, to where she literally got paternity tests done without the mother knowing, because she
Oh
swears
wow.
that yeah, and they had been together since like high school. Like, yes. I don't know what show it is, but
Wow.
I'm gonna try to find it and send it to you, because I was like, what? Yeah.
Wow.
Some people are just too
Wow.
involved. Like,
That
back
is
up.
fucking, yeah, literally, literally. Shout
Yeah,
out
it's
to the
crazy.
entire chat, Chino. I see you in the building. Salute to the big bro, Chino Plush. ATL, welcome in. It is nice to meet you, ATL. Everyone feel free to go ahead and join in on the conversation. We're just talking about toxic family members. But girl, when I tell you that I have seen videos, um, there's one video where the family's getting ready. It's the mother and the father and the children, and they're all getting ready to get in the car and they're going out to eat.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy's mother, she comes around and she literally like goes to grab the front seat, and the wife is like, "Excuse me,"
Oh
and the
my
mother goes, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I'm going to sit in my seat." And she was like, you can sit in the fucking back. I don't think so. She was like, "I'm here. I'm gonna sit in the front." And she was like, "Not in my car, you not." She
wow.
was
And
like,
that's
"You can sit in the back with your grandchildren." And she's like, "Oh, how dare you?" This, that, and the third. So she turns to the guy and she tells the guy, she's like, "Who's gonna sit in the front? Is it gonna be your wife or is it gonna be your mother?"
oh my
And he was
God.
like, "It's gonna be my wife, the mother of my children. You can sit in the back with the grandchildren."
Yeah,
And
like
she was like,
what?
"Oh, but I brought you into this world. I deserve more respect." And that's the thing that people don't fucking get. A lot of people don't get that shit.
It's
Is
even in the
that,
Bible. You leave your parents to go be with your significant other and build your own
thank
family.
you,
And that's just
period.
how that works. And some people just don't. They
Right,
can't accept it, especially when it comes to boys. Mothers
right.
have a thing with boys, and I don't know what it is. It's just this like I don't know. It's just this
Yeah.
thing with boys, especially Spanish mom, Italian moms, anything that's the ethnicity is they're everybody. They're all in the mix.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All in the mix.
Yeah. Yeah, because you do get your toxic fathers, where they're like, "Oh, no man will ever be good enough for my daughter," or,
Right.
whatever the case is. But the mothers are the ones that tend to cling on to the boys. And it's like, "Not my baby. Not my baby. You can marry my
Yes.
baby, but my baby's always gonna be my baby." Like, bitch, if you don't cut that fucking umbilical cord, you know?
Yeah, it's horrible. And then the mom, that's so crazy. In that show that I was telling you, the mom would literally drop off food, okay, and be like, "Oh, I know you don't know how to cook for my son, so I dropped him off dinner just for the son, not even for her
Wow.
grandkids, because she didn't believe those were her grandkids."
Wow.
Just
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
horrible.
mm.
Like horrible. I don't know
Mm-mm.
anybody can
Nah,
be like that.
I can't. I cannot. I cannot. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. I
It's
can't
like
do it,
get out of it, like my situation, my daughter is she's 20 and
Mm-hmm,
she's a lesbian.
mm-hmm,
That obviously wasn't in my plans, was for her to be gay. You know what I mean? But
mm-hmm,
she is, and
mm-hmm,
I love her and I love her girlfriend, and
mm-hmm.
she has a great head on her shoulders and she's doing extremely well for herself.
Right.
But do I get in there like and imagine like for a Cuban mom how hard
Right.
that is not to get because if you push that away, if I would have like shunned them or made them
Mm-hmm,
feel unwelcomed,
mm-hmm.
what is that going to do? That's just going to ruin the
Right.
relationship I have with my daughter. She
Facts.
knows right, she knows wrong, she knows God, she knows, you know what I'm saying? Like she knows everything she needs to know. I did
Right.
my part in making sure that she does know what she needs to know. But in
Right.
general, I don't, me mete unless
Yeah.
it's like, you know, I hear them,
Necessary.
yeah, like they're gonna throw down or
Right.
something. But that has
Right.
never actually been the case, and they've been together now
Right.
like 4 or 5 years. They've been together for a really long
Oh
time.
wow. Awesome.
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, my mom is one. My mom one day she heard me and Babe on the phone and we were joking around and stuff like that. And he made a joke and she was like she walked as he was making the joke, she was in the kitchen at the time because we were cooking. And she was like, well, let me fucking tell you something. She was like, if you are ever in my motherfucking house and y'all start arguing or y'all start causing a ruckus in my fucking house, I'm slapping the shit out of the both of y'all. Y'all can both either shut the fuck up or get it the fuck together.
Yeah.
She said, but all that nonsense, it's not happening here. Save that shit for when you're in private, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And she's never been the type neither. Like, let me tell you, my brother and his wife have been married since, like, yo, they've been together since they were teenagers. They've been married for years. When I tell you that they used to throw down, bitch, you thought we had wrestling practices in the house,
Oh my
you know?
God.
And she would never pick a side. She would never sit there and say, no, not my son don't this, my son don't that. No, she would
Mm,
tell my brother, listen, you were wrong for this, and then turn around and look at my sister-in-law and you were wrong for that. But she's never been
mm,
the type to sit there and sugarcoat shit,
mhm.
you know?
Yeah, my mom's the same
Um,
way. She doesn't pick sides.
mm-hmm,
Who's right is right, who's wrong is wrong, whether it's her kid or not her kid.
right, exactly.
And there should be more of that. A lot of people are
Yeah.
very like, "Oh, that's my kid. They do no wrong." No,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah.
enabling. It's
It
very
is. It really
enabling.
is. Yep. Yep. But unfortunately, like even sometimes if you're not married, and you're single or whatever the case is, you still get that toxic family member, like toxic parents that tend to kind of want to just run your fucking life, or always treat you like shit, and stuff
Yeah,
like that. And it's like, dude, like,
yeah.
until when are you supposed to allow it? Like, until when
Right,
are you
right,
supposed to deal with the shit?
right. It's the truth. Like, how long and that's become more and more common, like people going to, you know what I'm saying, to seek a therapist when they get older, and the therapist telling them like it's okay to cut off your if your person that is toxic is your mother, and that's who's causing, whatever, then you need to distance yourself from your mother,
Yes.
for your mental health. And that's what happens.
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Listen, my dad was a great dad for the most part. But my dad did have his issues and stuff like that. And I remember one day, I was like 15, 16 years old already. And my mom and dad, they got into it. And my dad was like, you know that if you try to kick me out the house and I leave and we get divorced, I'm going to file for custody and I'm going to take her from you. And I'm standing there looking at this man like, dude, you do know I'm 16 years old, right? I'm at legal age
oh,
to where I can sit there and be like, nope, I'm staying here.
right.
Like, you really think that I'm gonna go and live with you and your toxicity?
Yeah.
Just not too long ago, he called me and he's a bit of a drinker. He's compared to how he used to be when I was growing up. My dad was a full blown heavy alcoholic, you know,
Mhm.
and with the age, it don't take him much anymore,
Right.
to kind of reach that asshole level, So a
Right.
couple of months ago, I was at peace having me a great day. It was a fucking peaceful week. I was having a great day. And he called and he's like, oh, hey, baby girl, just calling to see how you're doing. And this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, oh, when are you gonna find yourself a man? I'm like,
Oh my
um,
God.
I was like, I have one. And he
That's
was
like
like, oh,
asking somebody like, "Hey, when are you gonna lose weight?
right. And the
When
thing
are
is
you?"
that he turned around and he's like, um, well, I guess I don't know anything because I'm not important to you, am I? And I was like, dude, I don't know where the fuck your fucking Alzheimer's is kicking in, but you've
God.
known that I've been with the same person for 3 fucking years already. I said, so don't come and try to insult me or start no shit with me, dad, because I'm not with the shits today. And my dad is the type of person to where my dad thinks that because I'm his daughter, that I will just allow him to
To do
speak to me
whatever he
any and
wants. Yeah.
correct. Correct. Twisted investigation. Welcome in. Welcome in. And my dad found out a long time ago because there was one time I was
I mean, he should just know,
18.
period, from your
Girl,
personality.
right.
Like,
Like, hello, do you not know who the fuck? I can't
right.
say raised because my mom was the one that raised me, even though my dad was there. But it says a lot when you have two parents, but you literally say, my mom is the one that raised me. It
Yeah,
just goes to tell you,
there's a lot of
yeah,
married single moms.
yeah,
They call
yep,
it married single
yep.
mom.
And it's a lot of people when you say certain things, it tends to kind of fly over their head because I will say this, not to steer off of the topic because it is an important topic, but just a quick little FYI to put out there, a quick little PSA. When we do topics on here, if you don't agree with what we're saying, that's fine. But don't try to actually say that we're out here giving anything a bad name, because the autism awareness show that we did, where we were giving the parents and the caretakers, their time, got literally taken completely out of context to where someone that really did shock the hell out of me sat there and said that, Malay and myself, we were giving autism a bad name, that, we were speaking bad about autism, and that we were saying that it's horrible to have autism and all that. That's not what the hell we were saying. We were literally saying that as caretakers of children with autism, we have our moments where we are stressed the fuck out and nobody acknowledges that, you know? So if you're going to be an adult and you're going to watch this channel out of everything in the world, you're going to watch this channel. The name in itself is for a reason. We have no filters. We don't sit here and sugarcoat things. We give you raw and uncut. Okay. So we're not going to sit here and we're not going to sugarcoat everything. We're going to talk about the things that nobody wants to talk about because they're afraid to offend somebody. Whether you get offended or not, we're still going to fucking talk about it over here.
Yeah. And I think too, that day when we did speak about it, we were honing in obviously on the caretakers because obviously it's always um, focused on the child or the person that is on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Or does have, um, but we were just honing in on the toll that it does take on the parent or the caretaker, and that's okay
Correct.
because I don't think that's talked about enough, and I don't think the mental health of the caretakers are talked about enough, and
Yeah.
what they go through and how they function without sleep with a kid that's hyper and all night long, or like for instance my son, he 8 o'clock at night for some reason he turns up and he is just up. It's 11. He is jumping up. Literally, I have to stop him from jumping around the house because he
Hmm.
just doesn't stop. So
Right.
there's so many things like my house is alive, okay, in the middle of the night. Like when everyone's
Hmm.
sleeping and like enjoying their nice sleep, I'm not. I'm
Right.
not.
Yep.
I'm not,
Yep.
as a lot of mothers are not, and
Right.
it just, there's this couple on TikTok, not to veer off of obviously the subject that we can go back there, but um they adopted a boy and he happened to have autism and he has a crazy sleeping schedule. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the parents will stay up from a certain time to a certain time and the other parent just try, like gets handed the baton, for the rest of the night. But the boy, his wake up time is like 3 o'clock in the morning. He's eating
Yeah,
breakfast. He's
exactly.
freaking, you know what I mean? And then, not to mention, he's actually going to school. So he's up
Mm-hmm.
from 3 in the morning till whenever, and the mom has to get him ready for school, and then she goes to work. I would die. I would
Yeah,
literally pass out. Like, I
yeah,
can't. Like,
yeah,
and then some people have health issues that they deal with, like you and I
yeah.
both, and it
Mm-hmm.
takes a toll because it is stressful. We get overstimulated,
Yeah,
you know, like
yep.
it's a real thing. Overstimulation is a real thing. I never knew how real it was until I was really overstimulated.
Right. Literally.
Literally. So, yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot, So that's why we say, like, when you come to this show and you're listening to a message we're putting out there, listen to the message within the message. Don't just
Mm,
pick and choose what you're going to take from that, you know? Because otherwise, then it defeats the whole purpose of us even doing any of this. I mean, regardless, we're still going to say what the fuck we want to say when we say it, but it just defeats the whole fucking purpose.
right.
But so back to our topic. You definitely do have parents. It's okay for you to cut your fucking parents off, especially if you have a parent like this one. Now, before I play this video, I forgot to say this is a video of a girl who tried to set up her phone to catch her mother in the act. Her mother would sit there and constantly put her hands on this girl, okay, until it got to a point to where the girl said, enough is enough. And this ended up being the outcome.
Fuck wrong with you, huh? Bite me again, bitch. Don't summon me again, bitch. Don't summon me again, bitch. Don't summon me again. Bitch, you do what you want. If you touch me, bitch, you're not gonna hurt me, y'all. You can say what you want, but you ain't gonna hurt me physically. Fuck wrong with you, bitch. What's up? What's up? It's on video, too. You should put your hands on me first. It's on video. So after you put your hands on me, I defend myself. All of it's on video.
And that's what you end up getting. The girl was just literally fed the fuck up with her mother
Horrible.
constantly putting her hands on her, and she fought back.
Yeah, at some point you do.
Yeah. And there were a lot of people in the comments saying, no, girl, you went too far. You ain't have to do all of that. She did, though. She did.
That's
This lady was
crazy.
picking up literal objects like lamps and compute laptops and stuff like that and throwing them at her. She
Yeah.
had a right to literally defend herself,
Yeah, that's crazy. Mm-mm.
and it's like,
I cringe when I
when
watch
is
stuff
enough
like that.
enough?
It's like, oh my God. Like,
Mm-hmm.
And it takes it till the kid gets big enough. You know what I mean? That they could feel like they
Yeah.
could take their parent on. And it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Yeah. And speaking of kids, listen, it's okay to get rid of a toxic child that you have in your life as well.
Yep,
Okay? Because we're not going to sit there and we're not going to act like children can't be fucking toxic. Children can be toxic as well. Children
absolutely.
can be abusive verbally, mentally, and physically. Okay?
Absolutely. Yes.
And it's like you literally have the right to get rid of your own child if they constantly want to put hands and paws on you, verbally bring you down.
Yeah. Or if it's a threat to your family or your children or other children in the house.
Correct, correct.
I mean,
And
obviously,
it's
no
like,
parent wants to do that, but
right.
it does
But
happen. It does
let me
happen.
ask you a question. What are you supposed to do if this happens? Watch this little kid.
I see nothing wrong with a little head busting and grinding, because you asked for that, partner. I think you've mistakenly thought that you had a punk ass mama, because you don't. Yeah, that one little left hook that you gave her, yeah, that set her off, and she wouldn't stop until you sat down. But I'm tell you what did it. Out of all of that hooting and hollering, that damn kick is what got you, buddy. That kick did you in, partner.
Bronx Tale salute. What's going on, Bronx Tale?
So
Um,
I personally, no, because I the baby is 2.5, but he is 45 pounds. He's a
mhm,
big boy, and he is on the spectrum, and he can be very aggressive and very strong.
mhm,
So I'm already dealing with him putting hands on me and pushing me. I
mhm.
would have yoked that little boy up to the
Yeah,
point where you cannot put your hands on me again after the first time.
right,
Okay? And there wouldn't have been no back and forth. We're punching each other.
right,
No, 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 no. Like, I don't blame her for what she did. I would have just, he wouldn't have been hitting me back. Like, I'm sorry.
right.
I would have wrapped your ass in a blanket, whatever. I don't care. That is no. Absolutely no.
Yep. Yeah. Listen, I remember one time, and all my nephews and nieces know I love them. I don't want kids for specific reasons. My nephews and nieces are one of the reasons I don't want children. Okay. Um, there was one time I was 17, 17 years old. No, bullshit. I was 18. And um, I had just finished applying for a job where I was going to be working with children because I love
Mhm.
kids, you know. I don't love
Mhm.
them as much as I used to before, but I love kids. So I had applied for a job where I was going to be working with children. And I remember one time my niece, who's a full grown adult right now, well, one of my nieces, she was on punishment and she was trying to leave the house. And not only was she trying to leave the house, she was trying to leave the house in some cut off booty shorts. She was but maybe, I'm going to say 13, 14 years old at the time, if that. Maybe she was even younger.
Mhm.
But I remember I walked in the room and I seen her and I was like, you can't go outside. and you need to change your damn clothes because you're not going outside looking like that. And she was like, I bet you I do. I said, I bet you don't walk out this motherfucking house. You fuck around and find out today. So she got angry. I said, you think you're going to leave this house? I'm finna call your daddy right now. My brothers, both of my brothers, were like 7 fucking feet and up tall.
Mhm.
And her daddy, especially, a little fucking crazy. So as I'm walking out the room, I get to the living room and I felt heat in the back of my head.
Mm-mm.
And I lost, like, the ringing in my ears started, and I touched the back of my head and I had blood in the back of my head. And
Oh.
I turned around. My dad, he used to work in a wood shop where they made like furniture and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And because my brothers are extremely fucking big, brolic, and tall, and my mom, she's taller than me, but my mom is still shorter than them. Obviously, the whole world is shorter than these two motherfuckers. My
Right.
dad brought my mom a 4x4 from his factory. So if they ever got disrespectful or, out of hand or whatever, boop, just one to the fucking head. Try me again.
Right. Right.
Um, this little girl seen the fucking 4x4 in the hallway, and she caught me in the back of my head with the 4x4.
Oh my god.
And when I tell you, I went down, I dropped to my fucking knees. She continued to hit me with the 4x4. And then my other little nephew who was
What?
there at the time, yeah, my other nephew who was there at the time because he lived there, he was only 5 or 6 years old. He thought that it was okay to jump in, and he was nothing because he was just kicking and slapping and whatever. He was like, okay, let's get her. He to him he probably thought it was all fun and games or whatever the
Mhm.
case is. But I just bang, and he went and sat his motherfucking ass down. With her, I stood up and I was able to snuff her a good one, and it kind of threw her off balance. When I threw her off her fucking balance, I went in the room. My mom was already calling my brothers and stuff like that. Um, and when I looked, she was a fucking big girl for her age. She was like a fucking Amazonian, you know, and she literally came at me like a fucking linebacker, and she threw herself on top of me, on top of the fact that she was heavy set. She was big boned at the time. Not like obese big bone, but she had a lot of meat on her. And she
Right.
threw herself on top of me, and she was literally choking the life out of me.
Oh my
And
god. ¿Qué entró?
yeah,
Like.
yeah. And my mom, my poor mother, she's sitting there and she's screaming and she's talking to her father. She's like, you need to, like, mind you, we're in the Bronx, we're on University. Her father used to hang out on Andrews and Popham. That's like literally like 5 minutes from the house. And my mom screamed. She's like, yo, you gotta hurry up and get here. She's me va a matar la muchacha. She's gonna kill her. And I'm already like fucking, like, I'm asthmatic. I'm chronic asthmatic. I have premature lungs. Even as an adult, I have premature lungs. So it doesn't take much to cut my air supply off, and there was nothing I could fucking do to get her off of me. The only thing that I literally could fucking do, I bit her on her chest. And when I fucking bit her and she screamed, that's when she let go of my fucking neck. But then what she did, she bit me underneath, like where my chin is, like my,
Uh-huh.
what they call the little turkey piece.
Uh-huh.
She bit there. And I felt all the blood began to drip down my fucking neck.
No way.
Yeah, like if she would have bit me a little bit more harder, she would have killed me because she would have notched off that whole meat area. Um, and then
Wha-
she grabbed a bunch of my hair, and you could hear the hair ripping from my scalp. You know,
what?
um,
Okay.
yeah,
What
yeah.
ended up happening? Like,
So from
Jesus.
1 minute to the next, I grabbed the 4x4 because I seen it on the floor, and I kind of just like I hit her a good one, and she went down. And my niece was just a baby at the time. She was just a baby at the time, which is the nana that has the autism. It was his mother. She was literally a newborn.
Mhm.
And I grabbed the baby and I ran into my sister's room and I hid underneath the desk that my sister had in the room. And
And this is
like
your younger niece?
this was at the time, this was my younger niece, one of my younger nieces, because I had a whole bunch of them little motherfuckers. She was one of them, but she was one of the little badasses that had to be, constantly in juvie and shit like that. Um, so I hid underneath the desk, and all of a sudden I start hearing mad people bum rushing into the house. And um the police and the ambulance came upstairs, and her father was already there, and so was my other brother. And her father, which is my brother, he was like, forget her, go to my sister, she's asthmatic. And my other brother came in the room, he seen me hiding underneath the desk, and I already had something like in my hands, like if this little bitch lunges at me one more time, I'm gonna have no fucking choice,
Right.
and I was holding the baby on top of that. I said I can't let her hurt this baby, you know. So yeah, I'm literally gonna have to do whatever I have to fucking do, because right about now I don't know what the fuck is wrong with this little bitch. Like, she's a fucking demonic person at the moment. Um, but it was my brother grabbed the baby and I got taken to the emergency room. In the emergency room, I see the popo coming,
Mm.
and they're like, "Oh, we just came to get a statement from you, this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. We just got a statement from your niece and her mother, and all this stuff." And they go, "We're going to be placing you under arrest." Oh,
What?
I said, "Huh?" They said, "Yeah, we're going to be placing you under arrest." My mother goes, "Yeah. Well, why is she getting placed under arrest?" She was like, "Child endangerment." And they go, "Well, if you place my daughter under arrest, you're going to have to place my niece under arrest as well, my granddaughter under arrest, because we're going to be pressing charges, because she literally almost fucking committed murder. That was attempted murder, what she fucking did to her aunt." So the police went back to the other side of the emergency room, because we were literally St. Barnabas. We were in the same emergency room. And they walked up to my sister-in-law and they said, "Listen, if you want us to place your sister-in-law under arrest, we have to place your daughter under arrest as well." And she retracted everything. She was like, "No, it's fine. It was just a little family argument." Or what, bitch? A little family argument? I had a bald spot and skin that was taken off of my scalp. I had blood dripping from the back of my head. I had a concussion, and I had blood dripping from my neck where her teeth mark were left. And I was bruised up everywhere. That was not a little family fight. That was your demonic child that decided to act like a fucking demon spawn, because she was prohibited from leaving the house because she was on punishment.
Wow.
So neither one of us ended up going to jail. But unfortunately, what they did do, they went behind my back and they started calling damn near all the fucking places they knew where I had applied, and I was prohibited from ever being able to work with children again, because that went on my fucking record.
No way.
Yep. I was like, wow, and it took a very long time for me to ever, ever speak to my sister-in-law or to my niece again. Um, there were times where, she would call after many years had passed. She would call my mom to see how my mom was doing. And I just didn't want anything to do with her. My mom would be like, "Oh, she said this or she said that." And I would just turn my face. And my mother knew not to press me about it, or whatever the
Right.
case is. But girl, and then, like a couple of years had passed by. And I decided to do the godly thing, forgive and forget, or whatever the case is. And she had came to visit for a while. And then we were taking care of my grandmother. My grandmother was suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia.
Mhm.
And, my mom and me were like, "Hey, listen, do you think you can keep an eye on grandma for just like an hour? We just want to go grab some groceries. You know, she's running out of a lot of things. We need to go food shopping. She was like, yeah, sure, no worry. You know, we got it. When we got back to the house smelled like weed. And I was like, bitch, tell me you was not in this house smoking weed and your grandmother's here with Alzheimer's and dementia. You know? Come to find out, she had left my grandmother by herself to go smoke with some people from the block. You know? So we got into it, or whatever the case is. We got into it really bad. And mind you, this is the same girl that attacked me. This little bitch decided to go and spread rumors around the entire neighborhood, told people that I was doing porn from my grandmother's house, that all you had to do was walk up to me in the streets and tell me that you wanted to have a good time, and I would take you anywhere, an alleyway, you know, or let you just do me in the hallway. Or when I tell you,
What?
girl, when I tell you,
That's crazy.
I see her now and she'll be like, "Hi, TT, hi." That's about it.
Bro,
That
don't
hi,
even talk to me, bro.
you know. Like
That's
when my sister
crazy.
passed and everything, I had to kind of like deal with it, you know, to like, since I'm the
Mhm.
one that tends to keep my head more calm in situations like that, I had to be the one to do the group calling, the FaceTime calling, and all that stuff. But it's like now, after everything is said and done, like I'm good. Some people I'm okay with. I could love you, but from a distance. Stay the fuck away from me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
You can love someone and not like them, and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Mhm.
But speaking about loving someone, you guys know this is my booski, and I love me some booski. You guys know that I am obsessed with her voice. I'm obsessed with her singing. I'm obsessed with her little boy. But most of all, I am very, very proud of how far she's come, you know, since Nehemiah has come into her life. And God, I hope I'm saying the baby's name right. If I'm not, I
You
fuck
are.
everybody's name up. Thank God. Oh, thank God. But because I know that sometimes as a mother and just as a woman in general, she does have her days where she wakes up and she's like, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm ready to just walk out that fucking door and never look back. I made this for her. I wrote the lyrics and everything for her. And this is my surprise for my babes.
Aww.
Said steps in voice like the sky made sound, gold in a heart and it lifts the whole town. Singer, creator, artist, she shines through the frame. Every role that she wears still carries her name. She learns every day with her son by her side, love in her hands and a mother's true pride. They said, queen of many talents, you rise, you rise. Voice of a goddess with the gold in your eyes. When you sing, the heavens answer, soft and bright. They say, you're the whole world shining in one light. Wife, friend, and a light that won't ever fade. She gives all she has, every promise she made. When she sings, even heaven leans in to hear. Cuban queen with a warrior heart, fierce and clear. So subscribe to you around on Cuban and feel the glow.
Pookie. I was like, thank you so much. That was so pretty.
You're very, very
Oh
welcome.
my God, I love you.
Love you too. Now, for those
Mm,
of you that was watching in the bushes, I know you seen that it said Donna, which is an AI app. But don't play with me. I have the certificate to every fucking song that I write showing that that is me. Those are my lyrics. I have the license for everything. So don't try to come for me, y'all. Your girl's not that stupid. I got many fucking talents, okay? So,
yes, damn right.
Havoc, what's going on? Havoc, salute to the big bro Irv in the building.
Up, guys. Let's
But yeah. I definitely will be sending you the video and stuff like that. That way you can keep it and have it at all times. And when
Oh
it gets,
yes,
your days get a little bit too hard or a little too rough, just sit down and listen to it and we'll start right back.
I appreciate it with all my
Yeah,
heart. Thank you so much.
of course.
Mm,
But yeah, so toxic family members, it doesn't matter if it's your mother, your father. It don't matter if it's your own damn children. If it is taking from your peace, if it's disrupting your life, if it is not benefiting you for the good in any fucking way, you are allowed to remove it.
yeah,
You are definitely allowed to fucking remove it, you know? Because literally, who's going to sit there and allow someone that you pushed out of your CUDA and done ripped you from the CUDA to the tutor, okay? Because some of y'all know y'all be coming out with some big old watermelon heads, okay? And you got the nerve to rip a bitch when she births you, and you gonna raise your hand to her?
yes.
Mm-mm. Now, the video I showed you earlier, a few minutes ago, where the mom literally beat the crap out of the fucking little boy after he snuffed the shit out of her twice. Some people were saying, no, you went too far. You ain't have to punch him like that. And the Mortal Kombat, finishing kick at the end, that was too much. Uh, what happened when he snuffed her two times?
Yeah, that was too much.
Like, for those of you who are just joining, if you don't know what the hell me and Lizette are referring to, we talking about this little nigga right here.
Yeah, yeah. You? Aku se puli ni peti sa, aku se puli ni peti sa.
What? Mm-mm.
Girl, am I going to hell because I keep laughing every time I see her fucking Mortal
I
Kombat, that kid?
listen. Oh my God. Uh,
Girl, every time I see that foot go to the gut, I'm like, oh
but you
God,
know
I'm
what's
going
so
to hell.
crazy and what's so sad is that if somebody were to call the cops on her, she would go to jail.
That's the sad part.
That's the sad part is that you can't even be a parent and whip your kid's ass because your kids needs whippings like that because that's the kind of
Right,
look at the kids we have in this world now that are so entitled and think they live in a microwave society
right.
and it's just no. Mm-mm.
Yep.
No, I mean, I know how I get with Nehemiah, boy. He be pissing me off. He thinks and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, and he's strong. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I'm dealing with a little man already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hell no, you're not putting your hands on me. You out of your mind?
Right.
No, you were out of your mind. And before, Chino was like, babe, don't you think he's like young for you to like smack his hand? Hell no. Is he
No.
too young to hit me in my face? Yes. But is he
Yep.
doing it? Yes. So
Yep.
no. I mean,
If you
if
don't nip
I
it in the butt in the beginning, you end up with a kid like what that African lady had.
a nightmare. A nightmare.
Hmm.
I refuse.
Yep.
I refuse that. It's bad
Yep.
enough he has behavioral issues just because of his condition. You know what I'm saying? So to add on to that, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep. Listen, I remember one time my brother, after he said his had his second batch of kids, he called me and my mom one day and he was like, "Yo, I can't get my daughter to listen to me." And I'm like, "What you mean?" And he's like, "Yo, we be telling her to do this, do that," and she be like, "No, I don't gotta fucking do it." She was only 8 years old at the time.
Oh
And I
no.
said, um,
Ooh.
send her over here for a week. And he was like, "Say less." The very first night she came, she was fine. Hi, Titi, how are you? I said, "Hey, baby." We played. She sat down to eat. She was cool. I said, "Listen, go take your stuff, go put it in your room, where you're going to be sleeping at and stuff like that. Make sure your clothes don't stay in your book bag. They don't get wrinkled, whatever." Okay. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at my mom. I said, "My brother's being a punk or something. What's going on? I don't see nothing. She's not giving disrespectful, you know?
Right, right.
Bitch, until I told this little girl to go wash her ass. When I said, okay, it's 10 o'clock at night, go take a bath so you can get into your PJs and um go take your butt to bed. She was like, "I don't want to." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you must have misheard me. I wasn't asking you to. I'm telling you, get in the tub and wash your ass." So she goes, "Fine." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I see it. I see it." So she didn't know we had a trick in the house where our lock, we had lost the key, but it was one of those locks to where if you take the little key that comes with the corned beef, the little key that comes attached to the corned beef can,
Uh-huh.
we could open the bathroom with that. So I hear the water running, but I don't hear the swooshing sound. I don't hear the
She's
moving
fake
in the tub.
bathing. Oh my
Girl,
god.
when I opened the door, she had her towel on. And I'm like, "What you doing?" She was like, "Drying myself." I say, "You took a bath?" She was like, "Yeah, I took a bath." I was like, "You know that I could tell that you lying, right? Because I watched you and your shadow, you sat on the toilet the whole time. You never went in that fucking water." So I was like, "Get in that fucking tub or wash your ass because if I come in here and I have to do it, you're not gonna like how I do it." Mind you, she's a little puny, skinny little thing. She goes, "I don't gotta take no goddamn bath because you're not my mommy." Wakata!
Oh no, girl, Felicia.
I grabbed her by her fucking towel. Her feet were dangling up in the fucking air and everything. I said, "Who the fuck are you talking to? Huh? Who the fuck are you talking to?" She was like, but. I said, "You got 5 motherfucking minutes to get in that bathtub or I'm gonna drown you in that fucking bitch. Do you fucking hear me?" She goes, "Yes, ma'am."
Uh-huh.
After a week, she went home. My brother called me that very same night that she went home. And he was like, "Yo, what the fuck did you do?" I said, "Why?" He said, "I just told my daughter to go take a bath." She said, "Yes, sir." Went in that bathroom and took a motherfucking bath.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta yoke them up a couple times.
Uh huh. Like, don't get me wrong. After a couple of years, that she was a fucking lost cause. Lost fucking cause. But once you hit a certain age, you're not my responsibility no more. Okay? But you learned that day in this house. Mm-mm. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I don't fucking think so. You
So
know?
she just
18th letter salute.
she ended up being like a problem just in general.
Yeah, she ended up being a problem. Talking back, telling her parents what she can and can't do, what she will and won't do, having dudes up in the house, all types of stuff. You know.
Oh no.
So she ended up being a lost cause. Literally a lost cause. You
How
know
old
what
is
I'm
she
saying?
now?
Uh, One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Bitch, I lost count of which number niece she was. I got like 20 of these little motherfuckers. I lost count as to which number she was, but if I'm not mistaken, I think she might be 21, 22
Oh,
now.
okay, so.
But she was doing, the niggas up in the house and all that type of stuff at an early age. Calling
Mm.
DCF on parents, lying, all types of shit.
Oh, no, 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 no.
You know,
That's a
and
problem.
I can't do it. Listen, earlier tomorrow we have a family day tomorrow. Where my mom and me and my niece are going out with the boys just to get them out of the fucking house.
Hmm.
And asked my nephew, he's 12, going on 57, and he was on the phone with his little friend. And I said, listen, by 9 o'clock, I want you guys in bed. We have a long day tomorrow. By 10 o'clock, I want you to be asleep. He was like, but I'm on the call. When he saw me turn my head and my eyebrow went up, he was like, yes, ma'am. He was like, Aiden, I gotta go because I said, no, no, no. I didn't say you have to get off the phone now. I said, but watch your tone. I'm not playing with you. I said, I will beat the shit out of you. You understand me? Yes, ma'am. It's 11:43. They both knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, you gotta have order in the court.
You know? And the nene, just because he's autistic, that don't mean I'm gonna sit there and I'm pobrecito. This earlier he
No.
asked for something to eat. And when I made it for him, he then decided that he didn't want to eat it. I sat right here on the fucking ottoman right next to him, and the belt was across my lap. Are you gonna eat it? His plate went to the sink empty. Because you're not playing with me. We're not doing that. Autism does not give you a pass to sit there and be disrespectful and do what the hell you please and think that you finna run this household. Whose household? Not this one.
Yeah. That's
And
still
you
actually.
have to start them at an early age. You gotta correct that fucking behavior at an early age. Cause they will walk all up and down your motherfucking ass.
Yeah. It'll be those kids that are like, fuck you, mom. What? Yo, I lit.
Oh,
Oh my God. I wouldn't be alive to tell you the story if I ever did that to my mother.
right,
Like,
right.
I'm not kidding.
You know what I can't stand? When you got a mother who's out with her children and they start to misbehave. You wait till I tell your father. Why you gotta wait to tell the daddy? You not the mama?
Right. Right.
Okay, I think it was sometime last year. I was in fucking Walmart with my mom, and this, of course, it's a white lady. I'm not fucking racist or nothing, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It was a white lady
Point
in the
of
fucking Walmart.
honor.
Uh, hello. It was a white lady in the fucking Walmart with her son. And her son goes, Mom, I want to go look at the video games. I need the new Xbox game that came out. And she's like, look at here, Kevin. I'm not spending $75 on a new video game. Fuck you, bitch. I want that fucking game now.
What?
Bitch, that's the face that I
No.
fucking had.
Oh,
I stood there and I was like, she gonna fuck him up right now. She gonna fuck him up. Go ahead, Karen. Get him. She turned around and she was like, Kevin, you wait till I call your father, bitch. I had high hopes for you. What the fuck you mean? I walked right up to her with my shopping cart. I said, if you don't beat the shit out this kid right now, she was like, excuse me? I said, whoop his ass. You want me to do it for you? I'll volunteer to do it for you. I said, what you mean wait till you get home and tell his daddy? You not his mama? You the stepmama? She goes, no, I'm his mother. You not acting like it. What the fuck you mean wait till we get home and tell your dad? Bitch, beat his ass. I'll
yeah.
go a blind eye to it. I ain't see shit. What you talking about? She ain't never hit that kid in her life.
Yeah. That's
Like,
crazy.
what the hell? And then
Yeah,
those be the kids that 16, 17, 18. You got the cops coming knocking on your door talking about we bringing your child back again. They got arrested for yet another dumb stupid thing.
yeah. Or they
And then
just
the
shot a
courts
judge.
and the justice system, they don't want you to beat your children. It's against the law to give them pow pow. but they the
So
same
it's
fucking
called.
people.
So in
Hmm.
Florida, it's called. I'm sure everywhere it's called the same thing, but it's called corporal punishment. And
Yeah.
basically, you're allowed to reprimand your kids. You're allowed to spank your kids. You're the thing is if you spank your kids and they have a mark after 30 minutes, then that
Hmm.
is considered child abuse.
Hmm.
But what
Yep.
if your kid has like fair skin? What if their skin is sensitive? What if you know what I mean?
Right.
There's so many factors into like that's kind of like not a fair, how do you say, like guideline to me, you know?
Right. And the
Whatever.
thing that kills me is the same justice system that tells us you should not spank your kid. You can't spank your children. They're the same ones that want to reprimand you when they're arresting your child because your child was out there doing something that
Yeah,
was
and
illegal. And they're
yeah,
like, well, where were the parents? Motherfucker, at home because you told me I couldn't whoop his ass. So what the fuck you want me to do?
right, right.
You know, like I remember one time my brother, he was 15. He told my mother, shut the fuck up. My mother pop, busted that nigga right in the fucking in the mouth. Busted lip
Mm,
open and everything. The school called her. Oh, was it necessary for you to bust him in the lip like that? His lip is split open. Yup, it sure fucking was. He told me to shut the fuck up. She was like, so they was like, oh, but you can't do that. That's considered child abuse. She was like, all right, so where is he going? They were like, what do you mean? Which one of y'all house he's gonna go live in now? Because since y'all want to sit here all proper and prissy and telling me that I can't reprimand my child when he disrespects me after I put food on his stomach, clothes on his back, and a roof over his head, and he thinks he could talk to me however he feels like it, whose house he's gonna live in? They
right,
never called her again. He never told her shut the fuck up either, though.
right.
You know, and it's like it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you spank your child, now you're an abusive parent. If you reprimand your child, you know, you're doing too much and that's not going to change anything and you're just repeating a vicious cycle. But then if you just let it be and don't do anything and they get caught doing something, well, now it's, you know, you're an unfit parent. You let your child run amok out here and all this other bullshit. So there's
Yeah,
no win.
you're damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Yep. Yep. So it's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do?
I don't know. You literally don't know.
He is woke the fuck up in that
Girl,
background.
I'm dead. Girl, he wakes
I
up
hear
going
him. He
beep
sound like
beep.
he rapping.
Yeah, he wakes up going beep beep. Literally from nothing, from sleep, from nothing. He'll go beep beep,
Dead.
boom boom, beep beep, boom boom. I'm like, bro, that's all he thinks about is beep beep, boom
Girl.
boom. Like, oh,
The,
like what is happening?
I can't listen. You don't want me around your child because the minute he starts going beep beep room, I'm gonna sit there fucking talking about Wally, that little fucking robot Wally. I'll sit
Yeah,
there and I'll stem with his fucking ass. Like
girl,
seriously, like
yeah, no, I do.
one
I
day my niece walked
do.
in and she looked and he's sitting there and I was stemming with him and when I turned around and I noticed she was standing there, I said, "What are you doing?" She said, "What the fuck are you doing?" I said, "We stemming." She goes, "Who's we?" I said, "Your son and me." She said, "I get why he's stemming, but why are you? Bitch, if you can't beat him, join him at some point."
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like what? What do you mean? Like yeah,
Yep.
because the baby's been today. He's been extra. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep.
Bro. And then Danny's like, man, he's extra stemmy today. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've been here all
Yep.
day.
But when he gets like super stemming, try the channel I told you, the Hey Bear. Put the dancing
Oh,
fruit or
okay.
put on some white noise. Trust me, definitely fucking helps. Definitely
Yeah, because
helps.
he gets I think he gets, to me, a little too overstimulated with, like, watching Blippy and Rachel and, you know, all this
Mm-hmm.
other crap.
Yep.
Like, girl, it drives me crazy.
I
Sometimes
don't
it
I
can
don't
make
I
me
don't I don't know
evil at the
nothing
same
about half of
time.
the stuff that's coming out now. Somebody asked me the other day, they was like, "Oh, does your store carry Miss Rachel?" Who the fuck is Miss Rachel?
Oh my God, Miss
I'm
Rachel,
still on fucking Coco Melon.
she is the bomb. She is the
Yeah.
bomb. She really is so good. Basically, their story is she was a preschool teacher, and like a regular teacher, preschool teacher, and her husband was a director in Broadway. And so if you like watch
Okay.
a couple of their shows, the way it's put together is so, it's like they were an awesome team. Like she does the thing part, and then he does like the ballad parts, and he makes the songs, and he does all of the piano playing, and like all the directing and everything for, like, they, bro, she became a billionaire
Well, damn.
off of Miss Rachel. Mhm. Yeah, like kids
Mm-mm-mm.
love her. Like there's a video of a little girl who saw her in the airport and ran up to her and like hugged her and was like,
Oh
"Oh my
wow.
God." Yeah, like she's really 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 big. She's super big.
Mm-mm. I didn't
Mhm.
know about half of any of these. I know the other day I walked into the living room and I heard some shit that sounded like fucking hip hop and stuff like that. And I'm listening and I'm over there bopping to it and everything. And then all of a
It's
sudden
not.
I start hearing
It's a
about
jam.
it's another one. She's like a little morenita.
Oh,
And
I know who you're talking about. She's I know exactly what you're talking about. She has she puts like trap behind her beats.
yeah. And I was like, I'm sitting there and I'm bopping and I'm like, yeah, I like this shit. I said, okay. And then I start hearing about vegetables and colors. I said, oh, wait, I'm lost. What's going on here? What happened? And the more
Yes,
I listen, I'm like, oh, this is what y'all got, kids. Okay, where the
yes,
fuck was this when I needed it?
that's what they're trying to do to make it more, you know, relatable,
Right,
I
more
guess.
into their era, I guess.
Right, exactly. Nah, it's crazy.
Mm-mm.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, no,
Crazy.
no. But I think we did pretty good for tonight. I know your head is still banging because I know it's still banging because mine's is still fucking
Bro,
killing me.
as soon as you said that, I literally was rubbing my temple. I'm like,
Girl, I can't. I can't. Yep. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us tonight. It definitely has been an amazing one. Um, Stick around because we will go live every Friday. So make sure that you hit that like button and hit the notification bell. You'll always be notified. I always try to post in the morning to let you guys know when we'll be going live. Um, but yeah, I am Talk Your Ish Jess,
and I am your random Cuban, and we
and
are
we are Latinas
Latina Sin
Sin
Filtro.
Filtros. Have a safe one, guys.
Bye.
La noche prende, sube el calor en la pista. Luces que brillan, la ciudad se va de fiesta. Todo libertad.